What is up, you guys? We are here for our weekly energy oracle forecast. Hope been having like a nice winter holiday season. I've been celebrating the whole thing. Hanukkah, 12 days of Christmas, 13-day Feast of the Goddess, Christmas, all of it. So I'm feeling super magical. We're past the solstice now. We had the birth of new light come in on the morning of the 25th. So now our days are growing longer and I am feeling new radiance. And this week's Torah portion is all about how Jacob had to learn how to find and tap into his new radiance even during times of difficulty and challenge. And so the gift of this week is that we learn to see the face of the Creator and the presence of the Creator even amidst challenge, and find ways to spark new birth and new joy even amidst the darker times. We have reflect. I love it. This is our last sort of week of the year. I believe that New Year's is on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So it's really nice. We're going to get to spend the last couple of days of this void space, just reflecting on the year, giving ourselves credit for just having made it through. I think we probably achieved more than we think. And I think that we are ready to change the season of life that we're in and start in big new chapters this year. So really giving ourselves time to pay homage to all that we've come through, and to reflect and take in and pay our respects to the year and to ourselves and to our own efforts and blood, sweat, and tears and triumphs. Cooperation. Okay, so the reunification of Jacob with his sons when Joseph was reunited with the brothers in Egypt that had previously sold him into slavery. They came unwittingly, not knowing it was Joseph. Joseph had become one of the kings of Egypt, the keeper of the storehouse, through his slavery. He had ascended the ranks, and they came to him in need, and he decided to forgive them, and then their family was reunified, and that brought joy back to Jacob, and he was able to reconnect with the Shekhinah, the Spirit of God that brings us fulfillment and joy and inner peace. And so it was like a second life was returned to him. He was reborn. And so as we find ways to cultivate more unity and wholeness within our own life, not waiting for that future moment to feel whole and joyful, not waiting for the healing, not waiting for the perfect partner, not waiting for the job change, not waiting for the perfect bank account, but finding your joy and your peace and your acceptance and your fulfillment now, the way things are. And that really frees you and liberates you, and especially if you can hold the feeling of being at peace with what is, and also still holding that desire for what's yet to come without feeling the lack of it. Knowing that it's already here, that we're already whole, and it's already a part of us. It just has to be revealed in its good time. And it's a challenge and learning process for us all, right? Or we'd be in perfect wholeness now. So something about our pain is going to come up into our awareness this week. And I think that we're going to have an opportunity to heal that and deal with it. But I think that, if themes continue, sorry, I've got a little something in my eye, like little hair. If themes continue the way they've been shaping up so far recently, it's all about letting the sweetness come in and sort of dissolve bitterness and separation and embittered feelings. The embittered feelings are the thing that really robs you and keeps you in bondage. So looking at our pain and accepting the circumstances that gave us the pain, but now it's like, what are we going to make with that pain? Are we going to make something delicious and beautiful on the other side of it? Or are we going to let it make us sour, and go and spoil, right? Vinegar, can add a lot of flavor and dimension to a food, but if, it goes bad or you use too much, it can ruin the food, right? So that, can kind of be compared to our pain. And this time of year, the miracle hidden with this in this time of year is for us to see our pain, but there are opportunities to heal that pain and inject light into that pain and reveal miracles through that pain. And so this is the ending of these painful times and these painful cycles and these patterns and beliefs and attitudes that keep us perpetuating that pain. you know, changing our whole outlook and our perspective and our emotions and all our thoughts might feel like a daunting task, and it might be so overwhelming to us that we may never even think it's possible to try. But I think the first thing that we can reach for and work with, you know, it's like when you start doing art and you're not an artist, like what's the most easiest medium for you to start playing around and having fun with the art and getting comfortable working with it? And then you can grow from there, right? And so for some people, it's clay, it's sculpting, some people it's watercolor, whatever's accessible to you, right? But we're using that as a metaphor. I think that the medium that helps us start to approach and be effective within our personal transformation and growth and healing is working with our attitude. Our attitude affects so much, and it flavors our thoughts, our perceptions, our emotions, and our attitude can tell us a lot about what's hidden within our beliefs and our perceptions. And what what thoughts and emotions we're cultivating and feeding into. So our attitude is really something we can choose, we can work with it, we can recognize it in ourselves and say, okay, I know the circumstances might be what they are, but I can have this attitude or that attitude in the situation. And then when you put your attitude glasses on, then you start seeing things differently. Then your thoughts start to change, then your feelings start to change. But it's easier to make that change if you start with something that has this workability with it. You know, it's approachable. It's is it tenacious when something kind of bends and is pliable and mutable, right? And it doesn't snap and break, but you can, you know, change it and improve it and shape it. So we're working on our attitude to bring the end of this first chapter, this first cycle of our life, and we're really starting to finally get ourselves through this threshold of the in-between that we've been in the last couple of years, and we're really sort of starting to step into that new chapter, that new era starting to take shape. It's in its beginning stages, but we are in that final end of the threshold of the endings, and I love it. Endings starting new beginnings. All right, end of 2025, starting 2026. So you guys, I finished editing the 2026 prediction series today. Yay! Now I'm working on getting all of your like workshopping, you know, journal questions and everything like that into like descriptions, and then I can build the playlist, and then I can list it for you in the shop. So I'm going to be working on that as much as I can to get that up for you as soon as possible. The 2026 prediction series is going to be a comprehensive workshop. It's not just a prediction series for the year, but it's like almost like a workbook for the year in order to get the most out of it, even amidst challenges. It'll help you grab all those opportunities. It'll help you navigate the challenges with perspective, and it will give you some sort of key notes on where, how the universe is trying to work with us and what the assignments are for the year to come. It's a very, very helpful tool. It's not just something you'll enjoy in January, but something you'll use throughout the entire year to come. I'll let you know as soon as that it's available. All right, y'all. Ciao.